So why the power vision? You know, you can say, hey idiot, you already got a voltage meter. You got an oil pressure meter. Swap that out, I got an air ride. The ambient temperature, don't give a shit. You know it's hot, you know it's cold. Reason being is, that voltage meter, that needle is just going to be a good midway of what's happening, low, high. It's not going to bounce back and forth. Whereas with this one, I'm going to see raw data, real time, what's going on. I'm going to see it by the numbers, so I know exactly what the freak's going on the bike. If what I've done when I'm having a problem, I can go in and hit start log here. That's going to start the log. It's going to tell me what log file I'm using, how much megabytes it's taking. As I'm driving, anything in this window, this log is picking up. Now, I can go in and change what I'm calculating in this window. There's going to be other things that it picks up because you just need that data about the bike. It's going to pull all that standard data in, but it's also going to pull in what I have programmed here. Now, this is key because nowhere else are you going to get a here's one type of voltage, here's another voltage. Battery, output it from the voltage regulator. Engine temp, head temp. So that's what that does when I start the log. Now I can go in and export that, and later in the video you're going to see where I export it, what it pulls up. The other thing, say if I want to change this, I can go in here, I can change whether DynoJet or vehicle. It's going to be a vehicle sensor. I can change anything I want in this setting. A lot of stuff you can pull in here that you just can't get through Harley's screen. I don't care if you even have the Milwaukee 8. You're not going to get the data on the screen. The thing that Harley doesn't like, they're not going to tell you the head temp, the engine temp, because they don't want people to know how hot these freaking bikes run. Because these bikes run so hot that it breaks the engines down, in my opinion, a lot quicker than it does on these metric bikes and others that have a real cooling system in it. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to change anything. But if I wanted to change the color, the high limit, the low limit, the low limit, if it reaches this, what color do you want that icon to change to? If it gets to this, high, what is it turning to? So I could set this as at a high of, say, 5,500 RPMs, and to turn red at 5,500, above 5,500, and program it to change red if I want. Pretty cool features there that you don't get on anything else. Some of the other things we're going to do is we're going to different log files I have. You can do graphs, things like that. You can run cool little dials. People ask me all the time, what are these cool little dials for? Things like that. Set lambda, read your rich, lean, shit. Go back to gauges. Things like that. There's a pretty good dial one that I set that I typically would use. See, you can change some of the colors there and how things are going, depending on what you want to look for. That's one I think I use when I'm just riding around casually because I want to know what gear I'm going to get lazy. I forget. I'm talking, listen to the radio, jamming, things like that. But when I'm into what I'm going to call my diagnostic screen, this is a screen I'm going to because it gives me as many cells, a 2x3 cell window that I can go and program what I want, and I can change all that data. Now, the other thing this thing will do is you can go in, you can do some playbacks, data log settings, trip, even trip center, things like that, stuff you can get into if you want. Vehicle tools. Nah, come on. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen at the same time I'm trying to use my phone. Not doing well with that. Let's not look at the screen. My phone screen, that is. Stored DTCs, things like that. No codes found. However, before I changed that, I did have some codes. Vehicle info, things like that's going to tell you about your Harley, your bike. These aren't just for Harleys. They're for other bikes as well. Different model. Reset your trims, read ECM, restore original tune. Now, this unit will copy your original tune. That's key. Guys, I can't stress enough. You go in and program your Harley, retune it, something goes wrong, you take it back to the dealer, they know something's been changed to the tune, you're going to eat that warranty. They will not fix your bike. They're going to blame everything they can on that tune. Now, new laws state they have to prove that caused the issue, but I'm telling you now, it's a headache. So you technically can go back in, reflash restore original tune, pull this cable off, going down to a little plug here by the the fuse block, and remove this box. They won't even know you had it on there. So different things you can do. Program vehicle, if you're going to load your tunes, it's going to ask you load tune, auto tune, quick tune. You can start off with the base tune that PowerVision gives you. Load that in there, go in and hit auto tune. When you hit auto tune, this thing's going to go back. It's going to read your narrow band sensors. That's out of the extreme of what it can actually read, and it will make compensations for what it can't see being narrow band sensors. You can get wide band sensors in this that will do a much better job, just like somebody taking it to a shop and tuning it with some real O2 sensors. Now, when you do that and you auto-tune this, you need to auto-tune it 3 to 4 times. And the reason I say that is you're going to see these cell tables, they're going to populate, and they're going to lock into numbers. The tuner will only change a certain percentage level. Say, for example, it sees a value of 10. It's only going to change that down to a 10.7, I believe. And the reason is it's not going to make a drastic change, because what if it got a false positive, false negative, makes a drastic change, all of a sudden you blow your bike up, you cause some damage, things like that. So you want to retune that, because then when it sees that 10.7, I'm making numbers up, sees that 10.7, the next time it says, oh, at 10.5, that's the real number I want. Change to 10.5. You go out, ride it a third time. The bike says, I see it's set for 10.5. I like 10.5. I'm going to leave it at 10.5. But you've got to do a couple auto tunes to get it to that 10.5 level. Again, using generic numbers, things like that. PowerVision, it is one of the coolest tools that I got. Now, I was not a fan of hanging another piece of shit on my bike handlebars, because I got enough GoPros, 360 cameras when I ride, stuff like that, phones, stuff like that. But this thing is an absolute godsend if you're having problems with the bike. It gives you the eyes and ears into your bike that you would not have regardless to what version bike you have. Harley is not going to give you this much data. They're not going to give you this full list to go through and pick anything you want. I mean, it's crazy. I don't even understand half this shit on there. But if you had a problem with it, you could do it, and it would tell you what those values are, and you can go in and research what those values should be, and it'll give you an idea what's going on. So PowerVision, I got it. It's not a cheap investment. It's several hundred, or a few $100, but it's worth it. Get you a mount. My mount is one that I put on there. I've got an X mount. I don't remember all that shit because it was 3-4 years ago, and I forget what version I had to put onto this. I bought the little sun shield, hated it. It broke. I ditched it. But I got the mount that's got 4 screws and a plate. Goes into a Garmin connector with a little ball on it, and I just mount that to my handlebars. So PowerVision, it's a great thing to have on the bike. Again, you must be in the run mode, because if you're not, you can see it's not going to like what it sees. It's going to tell you that, hey, I can't retrieve your data codes. I can't reprogram your computer. When you reprogram your computer and it flashes from this on to here, and it's going to tell you, you're actually going to see a little thing come up on your radio. Mine's not a stock radio, or to tell you, but it's going to reflash that computer. It's going to reboot the computer itself, the ECU. It's going to tell you to power cycle your bike. What I do, I just simply hit the off switch, wait 10-15 seconds, hit the on switch. DynoJet sees that the ECU rebooted, and it pulls back up. You're ready to rock and roll at that point. So good luck with it. PowerVision, well worth its weight in what it costs, because it gives you so much bang for the buck on what you can do on your bike. Ride on, be safe.